Cylons were created by man. They were created to make life easier in the 12 colonies. Then the day came when the Cylons decided to kill their masters. Us. The war was long, it was costly, but an armistice was achieved. The Cylons left, not seen or heard from for 40 years. Until today. The Cylons evolved to look like us, to deceive us so that their surprise attack could be achieved. They look and feel human. Their surprise was complete. Life in the colonial fleet was considered to be mundane. Sure, we'd had our handfuls of pirate traffic and smugglers, but otherwise it was routine. That is, until the Cylons returned. As the rest of the colonies were being attacked, we continued with our decommissioning ceremony for the Galactica. The Secretary of Education was here to personally see us off. The Cylons achieved complete surprise thanks to their virus and the sector-wide jamming. We had no idea what was going on until it was too late. It was actually quite ironic that the commander's speech ended up being so prophetic.
Ragnar Anchorage, our only source of weaponry and a temporary refuge. It was a welcome sight. Commander Adama's choice to execute a jump and get us here couldn't have come at a more opportune moment. But it was only the beginning of our troubles. We escaped, barely. The Cylons were nothing if not determined. The number became 33. 33 minutes on the dot, every time they would appear. For nearly 6 days, the Cylons kept up this routine. None of us had any proper sleep. Colonel Ty then decided to order our pilots to take stims to stay awake. Some of us were against it. Others took them without any question. We didn't know it at the time, but the Cylons could look like us. The commander and president agreed it wasn't time to tell the rest of us yet. It would explain a great many things in the days to come. In the downtime some of us had, we'd attempt to locate our families. The quartermaster had begun taking a head count of all survivors and what colony they were from. However, the chances of them being found were slim, to say the least. So we began hanging their photos, praying, hoping that someone had seen them. Despite all this, Commander Adama pushed on. The lack of sleep began to weigh on him, even if it was something as small as forgetting if it was his turn to sleep or not. Still, we pushed on, but eventually, mistakes were to be made. Disaster after disaster continued to plague the fleet. First, it began with our water tanks. Then, in the pursuit of new water sources, Tom Zarek, a famed extremist activist, was revealed to have survived on the Astral Queen. They took hostages. People were hurt. Some died. But Captain Apollo managed to broker a truce with Zarek, and the ship was turned over to the prisoners. Then, the first of many incidents with faulty equipment began, and would continue to get worse as resources were consumed. We lost quite a number of good people in the weeks that followed the Holocaust. Then, our fuel reserves reached dangerous levels, and we needed to search for some right away. We found Tillium, but so did the Cylons. They had built a Tillium refinery on the only deposit we were able to find. We needed a plan. The plan was certainly out of the box, and while it was expected to be costly, we had no choice. It was win or die, and as the command says, sometimes you have to